Okay, so I'm gonna start carving this. I got my coffee, and it's actually back to drinking booze and making cheese because I'm having Bailey's in my coffee because it's motherfucking Saturday. Alright, my desk is a mess. But I put on my apron. I didn't carve the first one with my apron, but you're supposed to. Because you don't want to cut yourself, especially when you're home alone. I should mention that I let these dry for a little over 24 hours, but 24 hours should be enough for the shoulder leather to take shape around the last. And basically the goal of carving this, from what I understand, at least what I'm trying to do, is you want to make this insole almost like just to be like an extension of the last. Like, you know, in a perfect world, it would be as if the last just like perfectly transitioned into leather and had the same curves. And that's why you kind of want the toe to curve, so you'll have this nail come out. You just want to perfectly like all curve together. These nails all jacked up. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, this nail is fucked. That's why. Ow. It's too short and I'm hitting my fingers. All right, there. Be careful, you're gonna catch your fingers on these nails. They'll hurt like a bitch. I'm making sure I can still see it there. Okay, yeah, so you want this thing to just basically like naturally curve into the insole. I got a utility knife. You don't want to use an X-Acto, probably. You want to use something bigger that you can really like grip and pull, because sometimes it can be a little bit tough. This knife's pretty sharp right now, so just be careful when you're going around, as I'm probably not doing. You want to trim off a little bit at first and then kind of work your way up to refinement. And it's one of those things that I think is going to be a bigger part of what the outside looks like rather than the actual comfort and structural integrity of the shoe. Because it's gonna, when you last around it, if you have bumps and all that jazz, it's gonna show. So you just want to kind of make everything smoothly transition, and you want to have it go up and kind of feed the instep right here a little bit, just so when you're wearing the shoe, it doesn't feel like there's any like inconsistencies on the inside and spots where your foot's not resting properly. And try to take this edge down. Problem with these wooden lasts, well, I mean, problem with any last, they're all somewhat soft, and a razor blade's gonna get any of them, is that you can actually end up like taking a chunk out of the last, which is not great. Make this angle a little bit more dramatic, because I really want the toe not to look squared off. I want to curve back around, because when it does come to stitching the cap toe, we're going to try to stitch in it at an angle like that to really grab the last and keep the shape of the toe. Yeah. Got my computer next to me. My go-to watch show while doing this project when I'm not on video is been rewatching 30 Rock. For anybody that cares, it's not a required part of making shoemaking, but it's a pleasant way to do it. And then back here, so on the heel, I want to come down as straight as possible, because I want the heel to just like, because we're going to be nailing it down, so the curve is only going to reveal the nail, so we want it to come straight down into the midsole as much as possible without having like any of this bumping out. Bulging out, bumping out, bulging out, I guess. And it did shrink a little bit around the back here, and that is of concern to me. I'm hoping that once I'm done with this, it'll look all right, but I won't. Since it's a standalone part of this whole thing, and I have enough leather, I could potentially see myself redoing this just to try to make sure I didn't get it all fucked up. Don't want to fuck up this and then build your whole shoe around this one fucked up part because you were too lazy to redo it. But like I said in the other video, you also don't want to get so hung up on perfectionism that you're redoing every single part of this of your like first or second shoe. Sometimes you just have to get on with it and do better the next time. I know it sounds kind of like a weird way to think about it, but if you don't get any results, if you're just like constantly working on one pair trying to get it perfect, you're gonna end up getting bored of the hobby. You're doing it because you want to have shoes to wear. So there's like this fine balance of putting in enough effort that they're good and that you actually are proud of the finished product and want to wear them, and but not getting so hung up that you just can't get anywhere because you're redoing every step 3 times. It's also a waste of materials. Rupert, what are you doing over here? There's a cat over here that really is interested. I mean, you guys know how the cats are interested. Also, sorry the audio is crappy on this. I usually put in my ear pods and use the microphone on that in it. I think it kind of captures, angles it towards my voice. But right now it's just going through the mic on the phone, mainly just because I forgot to put on the AirPods. So yeah, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna angle this just a little bit, just give this a curve so the shoe really like curves under. I know some people will come in. Hold on, let me concentrate really quick for a second. So I'm gonna do that. What I'm doing right now, I'm making this curve too deep, but I don't want to. Yeah, that might have been a little too deep, but I think it'll be all right. Some people will. By some people, I mean one guy I saw on Reddit did it this way, and it's probably the more correct. I think he learned it somewhere as the correct way to do it, so it probably is. But he came in and he beveled off this top edge of this whole thing, just so there wouldn't be any ridge on the inside of the shoe, and it seems like a pretty good idea. So I might try that. I have an edge beveler. But I gotta finish doing this first. Without damaging this last too much. I really hope you guys can see all this. I think I lined it up right, but the screen is facing away from me, so. If you can't see this, I'm just trimming this shoe with a knife. Utility knife. I mean, you can see it at some point. Trim. Let's get right in here. And it helps to be just completely nude underneath your apron. Just makes you be a little more careful because you got a little bit extra to lose if you slip up with that knife. This is interesting. It's kind of interesting on these sides because I never really know what to do. Like this side like travels up the instep of the shoe, and it's hard to determine exactly when that ends and when to start going flat for the heel. But just looking at this, I'm still worried about this one little heel spot. I think it's gonna be a problem on this pair. I'm gonna look at it. The other one has actually almost the exact same spot. I don't know why they both kind of went in on that one spot. I'm gonna try to see how much this kind of comes out here. Trim it down flush. Let's see, did I get all the toe done? I did get the toe done. That's a little puffy right here. Around this heel. Yeah, just, you know, I just everything to be real smooth, like. Just feel like one big piece, like that if you glued it, if it was made out of wood, like that you wouldn't even know the difference. That's the goal. So that's actually not terrible on the heel there. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So this one actually like looks better. You can see here like that is round. There's a little bit indents too much here. This one is looking a little less cleaner on the heel. I did a worse job getting it straight up and down, I think. And it also indents on the same spot. I guess I was just a little haphazard in that spot when I was cutting it. Look at these two. All right, that's not too bad. I'm gonna go get a rasp. And I'm gonna work the edges of this with some sandpaper and a rasp just to make it just to even it out a bit. Yeah, I guess I'll make a video of it. I already have the camera set up.